Simply put, Jeff Vespa is an artist, and one of the best known celebrity photographers in the business. For many years, Jeff has built a rapport with many of Hollywood's elite. There is a trust between Jeff and his subjects, which is essential when considering the time constraints that Jeff has to work within. It is nothing less than miraculous, the results that Jeff obtains in such a short time. Jeff is the official photographer for the Sundance and Toronto Film Festivals, where he captures the portraits of all of the attending stars.
I don't know how you would ever get anybody to give you an assignment to shoot a celebrity when you haven't shot one in the first place. But for me, since I shoot events, I've built tons and tons of relationships. And the way we started doing portraits was doing them at the festivals. So it was the first Sundance, then Toronto, Cannes, Venice. That's the way I first started doing portraits, was at events, essentially at major film festivals. It's just, I'm sure everybody's taking different routes, but I think mine is unique, and I think it's a good way to do it, because most portrait photographers never meet the celebrity they're photographing until the day they get there. And not only that, most portrait photographers don't know the publicists, don't know the managers, don't know the agents. I know all those people, so sometimes I might not know the person, but I know the people surrounding them, so they immediately feel comfortable because the person can just say to them, oh, you can trust this guy, sort of thing. But I think I'm very relaxed when people come in, and I think I make them feel comfortable very quickly. So I think it's a good way to have come up, because I know, it allows me to know them before I shoot them, and it's really, really a benefit to shooting portraits, because how can you expect to get emotion out of somebody if you don't even know, if you don't even know them? You know what I mean? You've got to get them to trust you. I mean, you hear when, actors talk about great directors, and they're like, oh, I trust him, and I just did anything he told me to do, sort of thing. It's the same with a photographer. If you've got to get people to trust you in order to get that, get the stuff that you want, Isabella Rossellini, yeah. I mean, she's fantastic. She's like a classic beauty, And I have photographed her before for another film at the Sundance Film Festival, and she's just really fun. She really gets it. She's got a great, kind of cheerful personality. So she's really cool. I mean, it was really nice, and she's someone that really kind of is very present. She doesn't really have any kind of fakeness about her. So someone like her is very easy to actually photograph. Pierce I photographed a couple times. He's awesome. I mean, he's an amazing guy. I mean, what I love about Pierce is, he's that, ultra good-looking, great guy, and you'd think when you look at a guy like that they're not going to be the nicest, or they're not going to be as, open or whatever, but that's not the case with Pierce. I mean, he's really, really funny. Again, you would think someone, Pierce, being so good looking, you'd think he'd be kind of like that, suave, want to pose that way and stuff, and he doesn't. He's the exact opposite. He loves, Pierce loves to, make fun and do jokes and kind of make really funny faces, and it's very cool, because you get really great animated stuff, and it's such a counterpoint to his good looks that the pictures look awesome. Elle is amazing. Elle is an amazing woman, because obviously she's a true professional. She's been doing this for 25 years. Has so much experience. I mean, working with her is working with another artist, because she gets it. You know what I mean? So you're doing it together. It's not me doing a photo shoot and the other person just sitting there. It's you're both working, at the same time. And she really knows her light. She knows her poses. She knows what looks good. Well, I tend not to instruct people anyway. That's just my way. I don't really direct so much. I just kind of try to, observe and capture, and rather than telling people what to do. But somebody like Elle is different, because it's two artists working together on a project, because she's working, she's trying to make it the best it can possibly be, just like you are. rather than the actor like kind of not knowing what's going on or not really being into it. I mean, obviously she's into photography also. I mean, she has to be. This is what she does for a living. So to have somebody that knows and understands what you're trying to do and working, you know, with you in for that goal is pretty awesome. So it's not just her posing. It's kind of like, you know, she's thinking like, let's do good pictures. She's thinking like, let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. Let's look at the light. Let's look at, you know, maybe that pose isn't working or whatever, and she really is working with you, you know, so that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to work with, you know, actually work with the talent and, you know, get exactly what they want. And what I love doing is, you know, capturing a photograph that the person themselves says, oh my God, I love that picture. Because to me, they're the audience. I mean, obviously everybody else is the audience as well, but to me, the audience for me, the person I'm trying to please is the subject. Because I really try to capture people, you know, for who they are. You just try to look for genuine emotion. I mean, that's really what, you know, what any art is about, is trying to capture, you know, or convey some type of emotion, you know, some kind of emotion, and that's what I look for, you know, so people have a connection and an emotional response to the work.